One thing I forgot to mention on Tuesday's show was that we spend, as I mentioned on that show, we spend too little time thinking about the future and the far future. So I'm going to put together a proposal for us to create, at least in the United States, and maybe we can make it a World Day, because I think we should be a World Day. And if this does exist, I would love for you to let me know. Let me know in the notes, in the comments below, or send me an email at thinkfuture@gmail.com. If this actually exists, what we need is a National Future Day. And you're probably thinking to yourself, Chris, what are you talking about? What do you mean by a National Future Day? Well, a day where we all stop and think about the far future. We think about where we will be in 10 years. We think about where the world will be in 10 years. We think about where our country will be in 10 years. We think about where our organization is going to be in 10 years. We basically take the mindset of where we will be in 10 years, the year 2034 now for us, and imagine what the world will be like in 10 years' time. And that's what we should do. We should do that at least once a year, is have a national, and maybe at some point, World Future Day, where we spend the day thinking about the future. Now, that's something I forgot to mention on Tuesday's show, so I thought I'd mention it now because I didn't have time. I kind of ran out of time. I'm recording the show, and I thought to myself, oh, damn it, I forgot to mention that. So let's move into the topic of today's show, which is AI. And everyone is still freaking out about AI. Everybody thinks AI is either the most amazing thing that has ever happened to the human race, or it is the worst thing that has ever happened to the human race, and Terminators will swoop in and destroy us, probably within 10 years. So why are we even thinking about the future? Because in less than 10 years, we're going to be destroyed by AI. Well, hate to burst your bubble, folks, but we're not going to be destroyed by AI. First of all, AI, if you've listened to my show, generative AI, as it is today, it does not act human. It's not human-like at all. It is like a massive, very huge autocorrect. You tell it something, and it tries to put together words in a way that makes it sound intelligent. They shouldn't even call it artificial intelligence. They should call it, I don't know, regurgitated pablum or something like that. I don't know what the right word is, but it only looks smart to us. It only sounds smart to us. It's not really smart underneath all that. And everyone's talking about how AGI or artificial general intelligence will eventually eliminate us. But I don't think we can't make that leap. The leap from generative AI to artificial general intelligence is huge. It's a massive chasm, and I don't think we're going to leap it anytime soon. Many reasons for that. It's mostly because if you think about the limitations of LLMs, I mean, you can see it across the board. LLMs have huge limitations. There's lots of stuff that they cannot do. They cannot do. But having said that, there was a recent report by McKinsey saying that 75% of companies out there are using AI in some capacity, mostly marketing, customer service, a few other places. And a lot of people are screaming. They're going, "Oh my God, there we go again. I'm going to lose my job to AI." And I'm here to tell you, it's not going to happen. And the reason why it's not going to happen is because AI is only going to take away the jobs that humans shouldn't be doing anyway. They're going to be doing the mundane work. Now, some of you out there might enjoy mundane work. I mean, I don't know who out there who's like that, but there's probably some of you out there. And if you are out there, I would love to hear from you. If you are one of those people who believes that AI is going to take your job, and your job is mundane, right? And not only is it a mundane job, but is a job that you want to keep doing, even though it's a mundane job, even though it's below you as a human being, I would love to hear from you. I would love to hear from you, because if you ask me, if I'm in a job, a mundane job, which could be taken away by AI, then if you ask me, I would love AI to take it away and for me to be freed up to do something completely different. Something that actually leverages my big human brain. And you have a big human brain too. We all have big human brains. And we're wasted on the mundane work. That's where AI is going to shine. AI is going to shine in doing the mundane work for us. And just like anything else, it is a tool. It's just like Excel. It's just like Word. It's just like Google Docs. It's a tool. And you can use Google Docs to write up a terrorist manifesto, or you can use Google Docs to write a novel. It's a tool that's going to do whatever we tell it to do. And that's it. That's it. And if we tell it to, and that's the other thing. It's like one of the things I was talking about with on Tuesday's show about the future, is that the past is the past, and the future is something that we still have control over. And the other thing that we're seeing is that AI is basically here. It's here to stay. I mean, there's a lot of people out there who are like, oh, I don't use AI. I don't like AI. I don't want I don't want to have anything to do with AI. And you can do that if that's what you want. You can completely cut yourself off from AI. You can say to yourself, I'm not going to be part of AI. And of course, if you use some tools like Google, where they're forcing AI commentary on you and forcing AI summaries on you, these are already everywhere, so it's almost impossible to get away from it. But if you want to not use it, you don't have to use it. It's fully your choice. Fully your choice. You can ignore those AI summaries that come up on Google if you want. I don't even know why you're using Google as a search engine. I think search engines are already dead. They're going to be replaced by AI chatbots who can give you the answer without any of the advertising, without any of the retargeting, without any of that junk that you get when you're stuck going to a search engine. But that's where AI is going. AI is going to be doing our mundane work. It's going to be taking things off our plates that we don't really want to do. Now, right now, it's taking things off people's plates that they want to do, right? Maybe write things, maybe create images. But those companies, those people who are using AI, we're probably going to not pay much anyway, or they're going to steal something. They're probably going to do it. They wouldn't have spent money on graphics anyway. And now they're able to use AI to create graphics. But the thing is, folks, is that we panic a lot about something that's not really going to be a problem. And if we do it right, and most people are doing it right, basically what they're doing is they're taking AI and they're using it to eliminate the mundane parts of their job. If they have to do a summary, or if they have to do some description, they have to do this, or there's plenty of places in a typical working life where you can apply AI to drastically reduce the amount of time it takes for you to do something with similar results. And it doesn't mean your job is going to go away. You're using it as a tool like any other tool, like Excel, like anything else, to make your job easier. And there's a couple of things you can do. You can either use it to reduce the burdens in your life and work less, or you can use it to produce more. In fact, that's what a lot of people are doing, is they're saying instead of just using it to lighten your burdens and stop yourself from doing some things, it allows people to do even more than they did before. Like I like to say for 10XU, which is our other venture, which focuses on how to use AI to become a better human, because AI technology is one of the most accessible technologies out there. And this is why we've invented technology in the first place. The reason we invented technology is to make our lives easier. And it's our own fault if we don't use the technology to make our lives easier, to make our lives better. Because that's what we should be doing. And what I said before is that AI is here. It's here to stay. We can't tell it to go away. The past is the past. It's here. It's around us. It's around us. All around us. And we can choose to ignore it, or we can choose to use it to lift our own burdens. And that's exactly what we need to do. We need to choose to use it to lift our burdens. We need to choose to use it to make ourselves better human beings. Because this is the thing about human beings. I mean, we're great. We're fantastic. We're wonderful. If you think about it, I mean, have you ever sort of sat down and looked around you? Just looked around you, right? Just looked around you, wherever you are. And unless you're in a forest somewhere in the middle of nowhere, human beings have created everything around you. The house you live in, the office you go to, the car you're driving. Almost everything surrounding you has been created by humans. Some human at some point in the past created this thing. And now you're using this creation that somebody made. They didn't make it. Maybe they made it for you. Maybe they didn't make it for you. But they made it for somebody. And now you're using it. We are surrounded with the creations of humanity. We have created all this. And in the past, it may have taken a long time to create these things. It may have taken a lot of skill, a lot of effort, a lot of time, a lot of money to create these things that are all around us. But now, with AI, we can use that technology to create even more. Now, some people might say, well, the problem with AI is that it democratizes creativity. So if I have an idea, I can ask AI to make it real for me. And there are tools out there that will write for you. There are tools that will create images for you. There are tools that will create videos for you. In fact, I think Ashton Kutcher on AIDaily.us the other day talked about how you can enter a single phrase and an entire movie could be generated just like that. Can you imagine how that would change the film industry? Now, some of you are saying, oh my God, that's got to be the worst possible thing. I can just imagine the crap that it's going to create. But think about it this way. Maybe in the amount of crap it's going to create, it could create some amazing gems because the democratization of it allows that thing to be distributed. It's kind of like what happened with YouTube, kind of like what happened with blogs, with podcasts. All these incredibly talented people who cannot write or do graphics or create films can now write, do graphics, and create films from a simple text prompt. From simply talking to an AI, it could generate an entire novel, an entire screenplay, an entire film, an entire musical track. Now, a lot of you are like, oh my God, that's the worst thing that could possibly happen. I'm not saying that for the artists. There's artists out there who can still create. They will continue to create amazing works. But there's plenty of people out there who have ideas. They have seeds of ideas. And those seeds of ideas never get to see the light because there have never been a tool to allow those idea seeds to become real until now. So those amazing idea seeds that we've never heard of before, we've never seen before, we've never had any access to before, can now become real. There are places where you can actually enter a text. See, this is how sophisticated AI tools are getting. You can enter a text prompt and it can create a website for you. It won't be long, in fact it may already be here, where you can enter a text prompt and it'll create an app for you. I mean, isn't that a powerfully amazing? Because you can have an idea for a business and it could create that business for you on the fly within moments. And then you can have it out there in front of people testing it to see if there's any viability. Can you imagine the flow of amazing startups that are going to come out of this ecosystem? I can't wait for it. It's going to be the most amazing thing ever. Yes, there'll be a lot of crap. But inside of all of that crap, there will be diamonds. There will be amazing things that were never unlockable before because we didn't have the technology to unlock it. Just like things in medicine, where we're going to see, AI is going to be able to see patterns that we human beings can't see. Who knows how many cures that are out there that are just waiting for AI to look at this giant corpus of data and go, wait a minute, here's something that I've seen that you guys can't see because you simply do not have the processing power in your brains. And we shouldn't look at that as a bad thing. We should look at everything, all of this, as a good thing. If we can use it to improve humanity, if we can use it to better humanity, we should use it to better humanity. And why not? Why can't we use it to better humanity? That is why we develop technology, period. And of all the technology we've developed, this is the easiest to use. There's no barrier to entry. Almost anybody can use it because it acts just like us. We converse with it and it creates things that we request it to. Isn't that the most amazing thing you've ever seen? It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. We're living in the most amazing time in the world. And if anything, it's going to get even more and more amazing as we apply more and more of this stuff and more of the ability to take anyone in the world, and give them the tools to be able to create whatever comes to mind. And now some of you are saying, yes, well, for some people, they will create things that will destroy us, that will make us worse off, that will foster hate. I'm like, yeah, that is possible. It is possible that that will happen. But I look at it from an optimistic viewpoint, and we should too. I mean, it's our choice to be optimistic. We are the ones who determine where we're going to go next. And we could decide to destroy things, or we could decide to build things. We could decide to make humanity worse, or we could decide to make humanity better. We could decide to divide us into little tribes and have us fight each other, or we can decide to unite ourselves under one single banner and say humanity works together. Team humanity. Are you on Team Humanity, or are you not on Team Humanity? That's the key. And as futurists, as people who are looking into an optimistic world, that's what we should do. It's our choice, damn it. We are the ones who make the decision as to what direction this world is going to go in. We have the responsibility to make that decision. We just need to make the right one. And the future is bright if we do it right. That's it for me for today. See you next time, and until then, don't forget to think future.